Hello YouTubers, DE Fan 3D coming at you out here for the results of August 3rd of this year for the ARCA Menards event, along with the regular racing that went on there. Ryan Varner getting the win that night, which was really cool. They only did one each of feature. They didn't have double because of the ARCA cars being there. And I also remember, and I'm sure they did in the drivers meeting the week prior before that, with Tim Olson being race director for these guys. Just a heck of a great job, Tim. Give you a lot of credit for that. Shout out to Tim Olson, and I got the dude's cell phone number. Very funny. And he freaked me out at the gas station that night with my buddy Sam with his car horn. So that was that quick trip. A brand new gas station they put there 2 years ago. So that's really nice and convenient now. Pretty cool building it up. But Tim has told these drivers before that if you're a slow car, get out of the way. Don't hold these guys up, and do not have this race run long, because if it's time distance, they're just going to call it. And if you're damaged enough and you want to try to get back out there, you can. But if it's completely damaged, don't try to do that, because these guys are time crunched, because the ARCA cars, they need that TV exposure. Now, it was different last year because of rain, pushed everything back to the ARCA race first. Then they did the local cars, so that was kind of convenient for that. But traditionally, you cannot hold these guys up because they are crunched for time, and it just would lay back. But it's kind of cool to see the local guys with the ARCA people, so that was pretty cool. And you can really see the money difference right there too, for haulers and rigs and everything. So that's pretty sweet. And it's like, we're not as good as those guys are. So we're just local, which is cool. It's definitely really cool when you have the ARCA Menards Touring Series come, and with the local guys, it's so cool to see. And I was really glad to get I really don't get garage footage for that, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and all the cars are primarily not. By the time I get there, the ARCA cars are out on the track. The local guys are in there, but I really don't feel like doing a whole lot of garage. I mean, I've done some garage interviews for that, but other than that, it's kind of a hit and a miss kind of thing. So I just kind of stay away from that, and I just kind of do like the inside of the track, which is cool. So, and I'm probably there just for the ARCA cars. I'm there for the local guys too, but Joel wasn't there with the 75. Neither was Donnie Reavers in the 41. So, but Ryan Varner was there. He did get the win, and that car is part of that 30 or the 41 and 75 team. So you're rooting for the 31. You're also rooting for the 41 and 75. So I did get that. That was cool. Now the spotter thing, which was really cool for Michael Maples, and I have his postcard that's autographed from that. And of course, he got into the 18 there of William Swallow, and he gets some TV time for that. I did tell him he was clear, and he just lost traction or lost steering, but just went straight in and hooked the 18, which could have been really bad for him, but he still wound up getting the win. But the 6 could have won that thing too. And Nick Sanchez is leading the points this year, so so that's pretty cool. Christian Rose had it for a while. Now the 6 and the 2 and the 6 are teammates, so now they're 1-2 with Chevrolet. So, and the 2 has won this championship before. I had the dude's name. I just Nick Sanchez. Yeah. So, so Nick Sanchez has it, but I think he's actually won the championship before. So yeah, so that's pretty cool for that. So he's gotten one ARCA championship. This was a little while back, but he's trying to go for a second one, so that's pretty cool right there. But Nick's really good with that too, so I'm pretty happy with that. The other thing was the finish was nuts. 3 wide going out of turn 4, and the 15 for Venturini. Usually these guys win. The 20 cars won there a lot since I've been there. I've never seen the 18 win missed the ball in 2022 for Sammy Smith. Congratulations to him. And I saw his Xfinity car at Iowa this year. And of course, I believe he was driving Junior's number 8 car that day, which was really big. But he got his first win there. I saw him at Milwaukee in the 81 car, but he went to the 18, and now he's an Xfinity driver, which is cool. But very cool to see him get the ARCA win. However, I was really wanting Ty Gibbs to win there. That didn't come to fruition, unfortunately. But to see them 3 wide, the 15 spin out, and the 6 and the 18 like that. That was the closest finish in ARCA history at Elko Speedway. And Sam recorded that video, my buddy did. Because I was spotting with the 99 for Michael Maples. So that was huge for that. And that was really big. And you guys have been blowing that one up. So that's been pretty cool. And I love communication with that race scanner that I have. It's under my bed. But I won't use it until next year. So, and I'm only using it for the ARCA cars. I could very well use it for these other guys, but they have their stuff. I'm just part of the team, so I don't take it that route, but definitely really cool for that. But volunteer that night, that was pretty sweet. And my buddy Mike Hingus was at Milwaukee for practice and qualifying for the ARCA stuff, and he sent me photos of the 99 cars, so that was pretty sweet to have that connection. So I get connections all over this place, so it's pretty sweet. And but it's still the Jake Ryan, Chad Wallen show for Elko, the 1952, still first and second in points. Donnie Reavers has moved up to 10th. Colin Stalker in the 8th, looking good this year. Same with Chris Cruiser Merrick. 15th is Joel Tyson in the 75. I'm going to Elko this weekend. So look for these videos to start popping up, and I'm hoping, cross my fingers, that the 75 and the 41 can be there for this weekend. That'd be pretty sweet. I won't go back. It's the end of, and I haven't gone to this one since 2022 when Joel wrecked the 75 car, and then I wound up getting the door from that car. So that was really cool. But I love going to Elko before Labor Day Monday because I went to the biggest race ever on Labor Day Monday of 2002 at the State Fair, Minnesota Speedway track. For its last one, Gary Cinnamont getting the big win. I have his postcard. You can see that in an older video at the State Fair from 2022. It's something really special. And 20 years ago in 2004, how they raced in Milwaukee this weekend, or this past weekend, it was kind of cool to see the ARCA cars there because in 2004, their ASA Racing Series tender schedule was Milwaukee. Then they went to Elko on Labor Day Monday with 32 cars. In 2003, they had 33. They only had one. And in 2002, when they first went to Elko, they had 28 cars. It was a very, very short field, but in 2003 and 2004, ASA upped the game. And not only did I see Kyle Busch there at Elko, I saw Brian Reffner there in 2003. I saw Dick Trickle and Rich Bickle. And in 2004, 20 years ago, I saw the 38 Monte Carlo rookie of your 2018 and 2022 NASCAR champion. 38 Monte Carlo of Joey Logano as a rookie. Yeah, Logano ran at Elko, and he ran the ASA schedule in 2004. Don't believe me? Look him up on YouTube in 2004 for ASA. He ran a 2004 Monte Carlo, and it was kind of cool that year because ASA was kind of falling apart by then. They needed some sponsorship more. So what they did was they took the door number, threw it on the quarter panel, and stuck your sponsor on the side of the door. So it was all flip-flopped, reversed. I have Mark Mitchell's Auburn University 34 die-cast car. That's on eBay sometimes. It's up there sporadically. They do have a 164 small version of it. That's really rare. I've only seen photos of that. I've never seen it on eBay. But I do have the big car. Got very lucky. I got that for $20 5 years ago. So, and I even got a photo of Mark's car at Atlanta. And these guys ran at Iowa, at Atlanta. They ran at Kentucky in 2004. They even ran at Lake Erie Speedway, which is pretty cool. And so, yep. And he also raced the I-70 in Missouri, and I really missed that track, I-70 Speedway. That was a cool track. The trucks even ran there back in the mid-90s, so that was pretty sweet. But yeah, definitely really cool to see that. So yeah, I'm really, that ASA stuff really gets tied to me. So going to Labor Day weekend at Elko, and I even went to, even in 2002, I went to Elko before I went to the State Fair race, and Donnie Reavers actually wound up winning his late model feature, and then he wound up running the 77 car. That was the sister car to the 17 at Mike Garvey for the 2002 season. You can look that up on YouTube, and he finished ninth for that race in top 10, and that was his best finish he ever had. And for the last time the cars ran there, he got a top 10, and Dane Fredrickson was in the Red Baron Pizza 21 car for Scott LaFavor out of Lakeville, and he was in a rookie battle with David Stremme, and both those guys were there, and that was pretty cool to see David Stremme too that day, and Reed Sorensen in 2003. And so even Reed Sorensen ran in 2002, but he didn't run the State Fair event. I do have his 2002 postcard. I did include it. But both guys did run ASA, and then these guys, of course, then you know what happened on their careers. They went to NASCAR, including Johnny Sauter was even there in 2002. So, yeah, and his car was sponsored by Gainer Mountain, the blue number 9. And in 2001, he wound up winning 10 races and wound up winning the championship. And he was a rookie in 2001 in ASA, and he had an incredibly cool career. And in 2002 in ASA, Joey Clanton won 9 races in the 83 Campfire USA Monte Carlo. Come towards Winchester, the 33rd running of it at Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Indiana. It was the points in 02 was the 83 of Joey Clanton, and the AC Delaco number 7 of Gary Cena Mont. Mont spun out midway through the race around lap 250, maybe lap 249. It was close to halfway at 400, or over halfway, but it was a quarter of a way through. But he spun out, and bystanders had to back up, but he wound up saving the car. But he finished decent, but he missed the points championship by 1 point that day over Joey Clanton in the 83 Campfire USA. So it was that close of a championship battle, and as close as ever in ASA history. And I saw that race, and I love watching the rerun of it. And that was pretty cool. Jason Boyd had a problem in his 86 Janneken car that day as well, which was kind of a bummer. But it was fun watching that race, and I still go back fondly and watch these races too. And it was even fun to see them race at Memphis Motorsports Park in Memphis, Tennessee, and Hall of Hills personally. So that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, it's been a good season this year. And going back to the Carr County Fair, I forgot to mention this about the controversy that was out there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the controversial call, because that one I would like to see that one get a little more attention, because that was huge for me. That was the first time I went to the Carr County Fair for all 3 racing events that they had, and that's the first time that I ever heard people from a different county of Warnow coming to the Carr County Fair last minute and waiting for these guys to show up, and wasn't sure if they were going to be able to pull or not. And it was really cool. And let them pull and do an exhibition, like a pulling all-star event, that was really cool. They didn't get points. They already had the payout, and just run them for funsies to impress us with their style and performance. And these are the super 18-wheeler trucks that really blow a lot of big smoke out of these stackers, and I really couldn't smell for 10 days, and it was fantastic. So it was really cool to see that controversial call out there. So that's pretty cool. Now the points have updated from the 17th of August, so I'm going to do that video on Thursday night, and then I'll be set up for this weekend then going into this, and so that'll be really cool. And I have seen those points. I'm not going to mention anything. I'll wait for Thursday night, but I think there's subtle changes into it, but I'll get more into that. But Jake Ryan so far looking really good this year, with Jacob Geedy in the 72 winning 10 championships in a row from 2014 to 2023 has been pretty cool. So that's pretty impressive, and unfortunately he couldn't get his 11th this year because he's running lacrosse, and I'm sure I'll see him for the big late model event, and he probably will have a super late model there. I won't be able to see it get raced, but I'm gonna see it get qualified and practiced though on Saturday. So my grandfather's birthday, he's turning 80 this year. His birthday is on that Sunday of October the 6th, but I always will shoot for next year. So, but if not that, I definitely get to see these ARCA Menard or the ASMOs Tour twice this year being raced at Elko Speedway for Thunderstruck 93. That'll be the next time I will go, and then after that, I'm planning on going to the championship at Elko this year, the weekend following. So, that's going to be really cool to do that. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are enjoying the video content. Look for the stuff this weekend, but before that, look for the update for the points results of the 17th back in the mid version of August month here. And can you believe it? We're already talking about September now, and September, this is it for these guys. I mean, they gotta get as many points as possible for this, so they're just gonna amp up. ARCA's doing the same thing. The Cup Series is about to get into it here too, so it's crunch time, and this is where it's going to be huge. And but before long, the end of the season comes pretty quick for these late models, unfortunately. But it's a long off season, but Elko being in a lottery system, I'm desperately worried about that, because if Elko goes away, say 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, longevity of it, I'd probably see it being 10. Short would be 3. If Elko does go away in 3 years, it's going to be pretty tough talking about these guys, and who knows where they're. But I think majority of everybody that races Elko, they're all going to go to lacrosse regardless of who's doing what. I'm sure Donnie Reavers then and Joel Tyson, Ryan Varner, these guys have no choice. They have to run lacrosse, and they'll just do that for their season. How many races I go to that, I'm not sure for that content. I do know that I do have the Carver County Fair in my back pocket, just 2 blocks away from me. And it gets pretty busy there. It was packed on Sunday. I got to walk the joint, didn't have to park, and there was no space for parking at all on Sunday. So I definitely was really happy about that. The Carver County Fairs, like going to Minnesota State Fair, just smaller, but it's very less room and condensed. But no reason for me to go to the state fair anymore. I did shoot the content that I was able to do in 2022. I'll keep that forever, and I won't go there ever again. So I'm done with the state fair. Been there, done that. Carver County Fair in my back pocket for Waconia. That's up. So I'm really happy about that. You guys have done a really nice job. Keep the comments coming. I'm looking forward to that. I'm at 335 YouTube subscribers, and without that, I cannot thank you guys enough. That's why I'm getting so excited about that, and I'm getting pretty close to the 500 mark. I take it a little bit at a time, but my goal is to get this channel to 1,000 eventually, and then just keep growing from there. And but during the off season, I'll do my cover stuff for Waylon Jennings songs again. I'm planning doing his span of his whole career, because I honor the guy so much with the gear that I got. I definitely am honored about doing that, so I'll still pick it up where I left it off. And I have 11 videos on a custom playlist. I'll keep covering the rest of his songs of his entire career, so that's pretty cool. And there's an A to Z list on the internet that I use as a back marker. So I do have a lot of these songs downloaded on the free app store for iTunes Music, but the songs that I can't download, they're all on YouTube. So then I save them on a certain playlist that I keep private for myself for private records, and then I'll start lining all of them up. So it's pretty cool. I'll even include all of his live stuff in there as well. So, but it's also going to be really cool to do the studio stuff and the live stuff, and there's a lot of his live concerts. They have dates and years on it, so I'm going to go by that as well. So I'm going to do his career all in that same timeline, and it's going to be really cool. And I got a buddy of mine that he'll do duets with me, so for that we're going to watch the video, the same one, about 3 to 4 times before then we go and record it, because I know exactly what everything says, because I know all about his career. He does a little bit, but once you see a video a few times over before you run it, then it's golden. Then you can then there's a good shot nailing it. So, which is pretty cool. So yep. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. And so I'll do those during the off season, and then so yep. But that'll be coming up, and you do some other stuff like some little sketches. I like doing those too, and some of you guys get a kick out of those. So just kind of find more creative ways to expand the channel, and I love the racing gear. So yep. But it's pretty awesome. So you guys have been a blessing to me. I appreciate it. Keep the views coming, and looking forward to it. But other than that, DE Fan 3D8. Having a good time out here. Iowa Speedway, I'm still happy about that. I'll talk more about that when we get to the end of the season. And I cover all of what I think the 2024 racing season had to offer for me as a fan and a YouTuber, so it's pretty cool. And a big shout out to iRacing, of course, giving me some of the VIP stuff. And of course, can't be more grateful than I am with Coleman Racing Products for out of Menominee, Michigan, and Best Pro Shops. Thank you too again for the YouTube channel sponsorship. I just can't thank that enough. And I got these YouTube or the Best Pro Shop, some of the stuff back here. So I don't have anything really Coleman yet, but I'm gonna get a few stuff for the photos out there. I do have one photo I'll print it out eventually and put it out there. So yep. The stickers I still have. Those are in my bedroom, to just down the hall. So, but other than that, it's pretty good. So, and then once I get everything finalized around here, then I'll give you guys a room tour of the whole place. I'm just finalizing some of my racing gear and some other stuff that I still want to get for it. And then once I add more photos back behind me and I feel like it's good enough, then I'll shoot everything around here and take you guys around this joint. So thank you a lot, and looking forward to having a good time. And I'll shoot the videos at Elko this weekend, and it's going to be a good time. Looking forward to your guys' reactions. So DE Fan 3D8 signing out for now.